What's up, you crazy mofos? What's going on? How you guys doing? How are you guys doing? All right. Fantastic day, guys. Fantastic day. Zebec is recovered phenomenally. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely B-E-A beautiful. Let's get into it, guys. Let's look around the market. Let's see what's going on. Let's get into the news. But first, got to get into the chat. You guys know how it is. We got some super chats kicking it off. What do we got here? Crypto. Why are you talking so much? Just stare at us. If you don't get it, guys, last night or yesterday in the live stream, some weirdo was like, "Why are you talking so much?" What do you want me to do? Just sit here and stare in the camera? What the hell are you talking about? Absolutely awesome. Well played, sir. Well played. Ramona dropping the 7 herbs and spices. She says, please hit the like and subscribe both here and on Crypto Blueprint. Let's surprise Rob and have a bunch of likes in here before he gets in. I like that idea. What do we got? 239 people watching. We ended up getting to 52 likes. That is a good start. Thank you so much, Ramona. Ramona, one of our fantastic, much appreciated community leaders. Absolutely. One of our mods. We love Ramona. She also says, hit the like and subscribe. It doesn't cost you a penny. Absolutely. And Ernesto, welcome to the family, my friend. Welcome aboard. It's good to have you. We got cookies. Absolutely awesome, guys. Absolutely awesome. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you. Let's get into the chat a little bit and see what everybody's up to out there. All right, what do we got? Let me change the music a little bit here. Let's there. We'll switch it up. I'll turn the volume down a little bit. A lot of whining and complaining about, not a lot, but some. We're getting some people complaining like it's some kind of personal attack on them that we're playing background music now. I just don't want dead silence in the background. That's all, right? So yeah. Okay, let's get into the chat. See what everybody's talking about today, shall we? Los, what's up, man? When is Zebec gonna pull back so we can? Well played, sir. Well played. Ramona dropping another one on us. Zebec to the moon. Hit the like. Yes, absolutely, Ramona. It is absolutely fantastic to have you back. We've missed you. You haven't been around much over the last week. I know you've been busy driving. I'm not sure if driving is for work or something, but it's absolutely fantastic to have you back. Crypto J505, when's this kickoff? H Barbarina in the house. Alex, I'm pretty certain the house hippo is good luck. Last time it was brought up, the market rallied. There we go. We need the house hippo rally going on, guys. The good old house hippo rally. Should we keep the rally going? That's the question. Can we keep the rally going? Well, I mean, there's only one way to find out, guys. And that is to play the house hippo.
It's nighttime in a kitchen just like yours. All is quiet. Or is it? The North American house hippo is found throughout Canada and the eastern United States. House hippos are very timid creatures and are rarely seen, but they will defend their territory if provoked. They come out at night to search for food, water, and materials for their nests. The favorite foods of the house hippo are chips, raisins, and the crumbs from peanut butter on toast. They build their nests in bedroom closets, using lost mittens, dryer lint, and bits of string. The nests have to be very soft and warm. House hippos sleep about 16 hours a day.
That looked really real, but you knew it couldn't be true, didn't you? That's why.
The house hippo rally coming into effect, baby. Hook 'em. What's up, man? Thank you for always looking out for us. You are the man. Hey, I got your back, brother. I got your back. We a community, baby. We are a community. Absolutely. Gotta love the house hippo. Let's go have a look. I'm going to put the Zebec chart on the screen because it deserves to be, baby. It deserves to be. Boom. Let's get that out of there. Look at that. Look at that nice run. So far, so good. Big recovery. We do have some resistance right here around 2037. Can we break above? We'll see. We will see. All right. Where are we in the chat? Easy. Yo, yo, yo. Let's go. I'm a trash panda because I scoop up the Zebec garbage. There you go. BBP. I panicked to buy Zebec. Nice. That's how it's done, man. That's how it's done. Spuds, what's up, buddy? Unknown says, Rob, will Zebec go back down to 2021 so I can buy? Oh, wait, I already bought that. Let's go, baby. Absolutely. Hit the like button on the way in. Yes, absolutely, guys. Ari's in the house. Happy Wednesday. Zebec to the moon says, Mary. William, good to see you, my friend. John, what's going on, man? Sorry I haven't been on a live stream recently. Crazy at work. And bad car accident and family. Praise God, everything is okay. Amen to that, brother. Looking forward to catching up during the open mic night. Hey, absolutely, brother. I'm glad you're okay, man. And listen, nothing wrong with getting that dry powder, my friend. How you doing, Rob? I'm doing good, man. Where do you see Zebec moving? And will there be a pullback? Thanks again for all you do. There will always be a pullback, my friend. There will always be a pullback. It's at resistance right now. If we can break above, your next resistance probably going to be around 20426. So, Ramona says, hey, hey, all you soon-to-be wealthy weirdos. Joy is in the house. She says hit the likes as well. Guys, yes, absolutely. 327 people watching, and we have 96 likes. Guys, today is a day that we could hit 200 likes easy today. Let's go, guys. Let's get to 200. Absolutely. We got Zebec up 45% on the day. Let's use it to our advantage, guys. Let's get this likes pumping like new all-time highs. Absolutely. Wisetron says, hey, everyone. Hey, Rob, I finally got my girlfriend to watch your video, and she said that you say right too much, right? Don't mind her. Fleming, what's going on, man? I am JASMY. We're all JASMY. Haters gonna hate. Haters gonna hate. And also, guys, I got contacted last night, late last night by my sources, my connections, if you will, in the JASMY team. And Hara asked me last night when I want to set up the AMA that he's going to do over here on the live stream here on the YouTube channel. And my response was really very simple. I said, look, man, I will make myself available anytime that's good for Hara, because he's got a way busier schedule than I do. I mean, I'm a busy guy, but I'm not running a company like he is, a global company. So I told Hara last night, I said, you let me know when works for you and I will make myself available. So he said, okay, he respects that, and he will get back to me with a date ASAP. I said, all I need is a couple of days notice. So that's the latest on Hara coming on the channel, just so you guys know. Click the like button, please. Yes, absolutely. AK says, how about that Zebec? Glad I bought some more on that dip. Exactly. Braveheart, what's up, man? Yeah, just like in office spaces, we're going to need you to come in and hit that like button today. Yeah, that would be just great. Thanks. Hey, no problem, brother. No problem. We got another super chat. We got Paul. Thank you so much, brother. You're the best, Rob. Thanks for all your hard work in the space. We love you, man. I love you too, brother. I love you too. Thank you so much. Kevin says, hey, what's going on, man? Randy with an H says, broke from falling trend yesterday. Like I said, and then now the bulls turn to play. Exactly. Exactly. How many people fell for the FUD the other day and panic sold, right? Let this be a learning opportunity for you, right? Dennis, what's going on, buddy? Braveheart, my Ramona, my Ramona. Yo, Shane, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Ramona says, so will next week be the start of something big? I think this week is the start of something big. I think Bitcoin could go into all-time high territory this week, to be honest with you. It's trying to break out of this. If we can close today, let's go over to Bitcoin here. If Bitcoin can close today outside of this bull pennant that it's in right now, which we are out of right now, we're breaking out 1095, then we could see this breakout tonight. We want to break above $110,300 roughly, set a higher high than this, right? So we are breaking out. Can we close today, though? That's the key. We have to close the daily candle outside of here. So that's what we're watching for this evening for further continuation to the upside tonight. So, right, where are we? Rod says, "What's shaking?" I want to know, King. Hey, absolutely, brother. Good to see you, my friend. Strawberry Dragon. Hey, future millionaires, pump Wednesdays. Let's go. It's a good day to get that money, as Gamma says. Yes. Where's Gamma Goddess? Anyway, she's not here yet. El Curdo. I haven't been through many market cycles and still have a lot to learn. If it weren't for Rob, I probably would have already sold my bags. I understand why some people believe there won't be an alt season. Yeah, lack of experience usually does that to people, right? Braveheart, yes, Kevin. All about the Moon Express. Rob's navigating. Kizza, what's up, my dude? Zebec spaces are unreal. Yes, I will be uploading the video covering the Zebec spaces that happened today, guys. I will be uploading that video over on Crypto Blueprint today. So make sure you are subscribed over there. That is where that video is going to be today. And I'm probably going to be live streaming the replay of the Congressional hearing today where Brad Garlinghouse testified and everything on crypto. So if you guys, let me know in the chat if you guys want to watch that tonight with me. It's about 2 hours long. So Ty, good to see you, my friend. Outdoor life, Zebec looks like it's about to moon. Yes, Tony says we blasting, baby. They have a lot to offer with Zebec, says Ramona. Absolutely. Can't stop, won't stop. Tony, this is a long-term play. And that's the point that I tried to stress to people, right? Is that Zebec is a long-term play, guys. Anyone who's upset by a short-term, like on a daily basis, whether it's up or whether it's down on a single day, you're doing it. You're not doing crypto right. You know, when you come into crypto, you need to, if you're new to crypto, you've only been here for about a year or so, and you're trying to get rich right now, the way that you make true life-changing wealth in crypto, true generational wealth in crypto, you have to have an 8-year mindset, right? You have to target 8 years from now. 2 full cycles is what you need, right? I've been through multiple cycles, guys, and I can tell you this right now. I did not become a multimillionaire in my first bull run, right? That's not how it happens. You don't become a multimillionaire in your first bull run or half a bull run, right? It doesn't really happen that way. You have to have a long-term mindset. You have to be able to invest, know when to take profits at the peak of the cycle, be able to roll those profits back into the bear market. And here's the key. You have to have discipline, because if you're going to take your profits out of this cycle and spend it, you don't have any discipline, right? That's not how you get generational wealth. You got to get those profits. You got to roll them back into the bottom of the next bear market. And you got to go through another 4-year cycle, compounding those gains. That's how it's done, right? It's not done overnight. It's not done quickly. And guys, like, nor should you expect it to happen overnight. Like, in what reality do you think that something like life-changing generational wealth is going to come in a year? I mean, you hear about the odd person in crypto who makes like millions of dollars on a meme coin, but you have to remember, for every one person that becomes a millionaire on a meme coin, first of all, that's a long shot. It's like a fraction of a percent that it's going to happen. And then, but what you don't hear is the hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people who lost money for that one person to become a millionaire. So now you have to ask yourself, what's my chances here? Are the chances better I'm going to be one of those hundreds of thousands of people who lost money in a meme coin? Or do I have a better chance of being that one dude who became a multimillionaire? I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? So doing things the right way, right? Learning how to do research, buying into utility projects, and DCAing and allowing time for your investments to mature, That's how this is done, guys. It's a grind. It's grueling. It's not easy, and you've got to leave your emotions out of it. Patience and consistency are going to become your two best friends, right? So, Kids, I may switch off from crypto till next cycle and see where Zebec is at the end. I have that much faith. There you go, man. There you go. Hello, peeps. Did you see Myria pumping? Do you see Myria pumping soon? It's up 6% on the day. I don't think Web3 gaming is going to pump until the closer to the end of the cycle, though. Nick, watching over on X. What's up, man? I think I panicked and sold it all at 2032. 2032. Oof. No, you didn't. I hope you didn't. GSD, shout out to Rob and all the fams that held strong through the Zebec FUD, life-changing wealth around the corner. Yeah, absolutely. All right, I'm going to get into some of the news because the chat is just filling up, guys. I cannot get to all of it. So if you want me to get to your comment, fire it over in a super chat and I will have a look at it because it's, holy crap, it would take me hours to catch up on all this. I'll jump back into the chat shortly. We got a lot to cover today, guys, so we're going to get into it. Okay, so what's going on in crypto today? Let's have a look. I got a couple things I got to close off here. All right, what do we have? Oh, we got Strawberry Dragon dropping some herbs and spices on me here. Rob, thank you for being real and not feeding us unrealistic goals. You speak truth is what led me to you. Hey, absolutely, Strawberry Dragon. I love having you around. Honestly, you are a blessing in our community. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for being a part of our community. Yes, there is music now. Background music. I don't like the dead space. Sometimes the laundry room door across the hall is open, and sometimes you can hear the dryer. So I'm just I want to drown that out, right? Okay, so anyway, let's get into the news. We got Brad Garlinghouse says the industry is hesitant to trust regulation to an unelected official because the SEC's record is not acting in good faith. Listen to this. This is Scorching by Brad Garlinghouse today, guys. And we're going to watch this whole congressional hearing that happened today. We're going to watch it later tonight on the live stream. So make sure you guys are here for that. But check it out.
Is that depending upon an SEC and CFTC to work together assumes good faith appointed officials in doing that. What we have seen previously is the SEC actually sowed confusion in the marketplace. They took contradictory positions. Under Chairman Gensler, they took actually contradictory positions in different court cases, which actually created more confusion. And so you had federal judges saying things like the SEC was being arbitrary and capricious in their application of the law. You had federal judges saying that they were not following a, quote, faithful allegiance to the law. And so my concern in depending upon a unelected appointee to make those decisions is that it assumes a good faith actor. And I think what we saw in this most recent SEC was just a war against the industry at large without a consistent application of that law. Is that depending upon...
Well said, Brad. Well said. Now, here's a little taste of what happened in the congressional hearing today, guys. Meanwhile, in Congress, your taxpayer money...
Why do you think the crypto industry is buying Senator Gillibrand?
I said, look at the campaign contributions from this industry.
You think they bought her?
No, I said, look at the campaign contributions.
You said they bought her. Do you think they bought her?
Senator, you need to focus on this bill instead of trying to distort my Twitter.
Last time, one of my colleagues
quoting what a Marxist in Chicago said about it.
And what evidence do you have
no
to keep the crook?
I said there is massive amount of campaign contributions coming into this Congress from the crypto industry.
Do you want to apologize to Senator Gillibrand?
I do not want you to have to apologize for passing legislation.
Do you want to apologize to Senator Gillibrand for calling?
You are distorting what I said, just like you did in the last hearing. You're wasting everybody's time, Senator.
You're a whack job.
Senator,
you are wasting.
Well, I think we are
next level whack job.
I think we are
middle school, Senator.
Senators and witness Thank you both.
I think you should apologize, Senator.
I think, Senator, you're wasting our time. This is not middle school.
Thank you for your participation.
That's a little taste of the hearing that we're going to live stream later tonight, guys. It's going to be a good. It's going to be a good time. You're a whack job. Good times. Good times. Let's listen to Brad a little bit more. Got about almost 5 minutes of his testimony here. So let's listen in on that.
Good morning, Chair Scott, Ranking Member Warren, and members of the committee. Thank you for the opportunity to appear before you today. My name is Brad Garlinghouse. I'm the CEO of Ripple. Ripple has approximately 900 employees across our 15 offices worldwide. We were founded more than a decade ago with a mission to enable the Internet of Value, a world where money moves like information does today. We build software products that power cross-border payments, stablecoins, and digital custody. Ripple helps financial institutions reduce friction, unlock efficiencies, and serve their customers better. These are not abstract concepts. We work every day with banks that rely on our technology to deliver real results in the global economy. Ripple leverages the XRP ledger, a decentralized, battle-tested, open-source blockchain, as well as its native digital asset, XRP, to facilitate payments. XRP is built to enable fast, low-cost, and highly scalable transactions. From the start, Ripple made the deliberate choice to work with policymakers and regulators, not around them. We have taken a compliance-first approach, operating with over 60 payment, service, crypto, and money transmitter licenses domestically and globally. With regard to the topic of this hearing, we believe smart legislation should be based on several core principles. Consumers need protection from fraud and scams. Markets need proper oversight. Bad actors need to be kept in check. And innovation must thrive. A constructive and workable framework for digital assets and stablecoins that achieves these goals will expand access to financial markets, create jobs, strengthen the economy, and put the U.S. on the path to being a global blockchain and crypto leader. For the last decade, the legal and regulatory uncertainty surrounding crypto has prohibited meaningful progress in the U.S. At Ripple, we certainly saw firsthand how the lack of clear rules of the road can be weaponized to target good actors. In turn, the technology, jobs, and tax dollars that go with it are pushed offshore, reducing regulatory oversight and putting consumers at higher risk. This has severely harmed American businesses, investors, and most concerned consumers. Ripple was the tip of the spear for this regulation by enforcement campaign and was subject to an enforcement action in 2020. We were the first leading U.S. company to be sued by the SEC. We and many others understood that a loss here would be a death knell for the industry. Fortunately, after 4 years of a hard-fought legal battle, we prevailed. The court ruled in our favor on everything that mattered, including finding that the token XRP is not, in and of itself, a security. Our victory cleared the path for other market participants to fight back. Despite these headwinds, Ripple still prioritizes education and engagement with policymakers and regulators globally. For companies to have the confidence to continue doing business in the United States, Congress should focus on passing principled and smart legislation with these critical goals in mind. First, set clear jurisdictional boundaries for our main financial regulators. Second, establish pathways for companies to build in the U.S. without sacrificing investor or consumer protections. And third, ensure that the U.S. can be a global leader in crypto by taking full advantage of the benefits and efficiencies brought by digital assets and blockchain technologies. The U.S. possesses the world's deepest capital markets, the most advanced technical talent, and a spirit of innovation that has powered our nation since its founding. There is no reason we should not be the undisputed leader in digital assets and blockchain. Over 55 million Americans participate in the crypto economy today, equating to over a $3.3 trillion market cap. A smart regulatory framework for crypto market structure is essential to realize that future and is overdue. Speaking on behalf of the crypto industry, I urge you to prioritize the passage of market structure legislation for digital assets through this committee and the full Senate. to provide the rules and regulations needed to ensure that the U.S. becomes the crypto capital of the world. Once market structure legislation for digital assets becomes law in the United States, this will catalyze a new era of U.S. competitiveness and unlock efficiencies in financial transactions, dramatically helping consumers and businesses alike. Ripple hopes to see this become a reality, and we look forward to working with you to help make this happen. I look forward to your questions.
How bad do you think him sitting there wanting to give Elizabeth Warren the finger? Yeah, I think so, man. I think so. All right, what do we got? Ramona. I love Senator Kennedy. Yeah, we're going to get a lot more of him tonight. I'll tell you that much. Hopefully you guys are here for that. Let's shift gears a little bit here, guys. Robinhood stock nears record highs as tokenization strategy gains traction. Robinhood's strategic embrace of blockchain technology and tokenization has fueled a nearly 30% rally in its stock over the past month, highlighting the brokerage's new growth drivers despite regulatory scrutiny of some of its product. Robinhood stock trading under the ticker HOOD surged on Wednesday to $94.65 in New York trading, putting it within 4% of its all-time high, closing high set on July 2nd. The stock has climbed more than 27% over the past month and is up 137% year to date, lifting its market capitalization to $82 billion. While Robinhood's share price has been shifted by a range of factors, including a 50% year-over-year revenue surge in the first quarter to $927 million. Its gains accelerated at the end of June after the company unveiled a tokenization-focused Layer 2 blockchain built on Arbitrum. The new blockchain will enable Robinhood to offer tokenized U.S. stocks and exchange-traded products to investors in Europe. Now, this is something we're going to be focusing on in the bear market, guys, for sure, is the tokenization of stocks, okay? Because it's going to end up being, from what it looks like right now, a little bit of a workaround the accredited investor program, so you can get in early on pre-IPO stocks, right? This is something we're going to be diving pretty deep into over on the Patreon throughout the bear market, right? We're not just all about crypto while we're heavy. We're going to be branching off into a lot of different asset classes through the bear market, helping everybody really expand and grow their portfolios with their profits from this bull run, right? The plan here is to help everybody gain life-changing actual wealth. That's the plan here, right? In the United States, Robinhood has also proposed creating a real-world asset exchange, a platform for on-chain settlement of real-world assets. So an exchange dedicated to RWAs. That's interesting as well. Robinhood's tokenization push has been well received by investors, by regulators in Europe, but regulators in Europe have raised concerns about the company's so-called tokenized equity offerings, which reportedly provide exposure to privately held companies. Now, it's harder in Europe, though, right? With Mika and stuff like that, it's a lot harder over there. I know that it seems like adoption is, picking up really big for us in the West. However, it's not as easy yet for retail investors in the EU. Not yet, right? They're still battling the fight. Crypto is still under attack over there, guys. The Central Bank of Lithuania, Robinhood's primary regulator in Europe, has requested more information from the brokerage about its stock token offerings tied specifically to OpenAI and SpaceX. Robinhood CEO has clarified that these products are not technically equity offerings, but still give investors exposure to these companies. According to Galaxy Research, such private equity tokens function more like derivatives that provide indirect exposure to non-public firms. In a Tuesday interview with Bloomberg, he said that many private companies have approached Robinhood about making their equity accessible to investors through the same type. So this kind of, feels like a fundamental shift, guys, in TradFi, right? Because if a lot of pre-IPO companies or companies that have not gone public yet choose to, if this comes to fruition and you're able to, as a retail investor, if you're able to invest in pre-IPO stocks via tokenization, right? That's going to devastate. It's going to be a big blow to the TradFi because so many companies are going to choose not to IPO, right? They're going to choose not to go public. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing for us. It might, but it's a shift in the economy, right? How things are going to kind of transition from the old way, the old TradFi way of doing things, to the tokenization of everything, which companies like BlackRock have been on top of for like 2 years now, right? Larry Fink saw this coming like two and a half years ago. He was talking about this, right? So we're seeing a fundamental shift in TradFi, and there's going to be some bruises and bumps along the way. Nothing's going to be it's never going to be a smooth transition when you're moving from a certain way of doing things, and you're going to meet a lot of resistance, guys. And the reason for that is because the 1%, the incumbents, however you want to label them, right? The people who control the stock market right now, right? All of the markets, the people who control the markets because they're rich, right? Do you think that because when this happens, if we shift from the old traditional way of doing things to pre-IPO companies being able to be accessed by retail investors via tokenization of stocks, well, then these rich people who have been controlling the markets for generations have suddenly lost all control of everything. They no longer control the narrative. And you think that they're not going to fight tooth and nail to stop this from happening? Don't be shocked to start seeing like Elizabeth Warren and stuff like that really start to go after this, right? And attack it, because the people paying her, are going to try to fight it. So this is a real fundamental shift in all markets, guys, right? We've already talked about the New York Stock Exchange going 24/7 instead of having an opening and closing bell, right? We're talking just like crypto. We're talking now about pre-IPO companies being able to be tokenized, and then retail investors can buy in, which is going to incentivize companies to not go public, right? Because if they go public, they fall under much, much firmer, stricter rules by the SEC, really, So it's an interesting fundamental shift in markets that you're witnessing. You are witnessing right now history in investments and traditional markets. You're witnessing it's happening in real time right in front of your face. You're going to look back in 20 years and say, we watched this happen, right? It might not mean much to you now because you can't see the forest through the trees, but you are literally witnessing a fundamental shift in all markets, TradFi markets, right? So it's exciting stuff, guys. It might not, I don't know. It's exciting to me. Maybe it's not exciting to you. It is exciting to me. So, what else do we have? All right, let's jump over to Squawk Box. Merrick buys Verona for 10 billion. What?
It's now to discuss the impact to pharma stocks is Evan Siegerman, BMO Senior Biopharma Analyst. Evan, great to have you with us. First, I wanted to get your thoughts on the deal that was just announced within the past half hour.
Breaking news for sure. So
Merck shares are higher, and we knew that it faced the patent cliff for Keytruda in 2028.
Right. So one of the things I've always been saying with Merck, and kind of the reason one of my downgrade back in December was they have this huge patent cliff, Keytruda $30 billion drug going away in some sense at the end of the decade. A deal like this helps. Obviously, I don't know all the specifics. They're doing a conference call at 8 a.m. But what I found really interesting is that this is a commercial stage product. So they're not buying an early R&D asset. They're buying something that's on the market. So that might hint that they're trying to, supplant revenues now versus something that's going to come online in 2032.
Which one is this for COPD, and how does it work? There's some combination therapies for it.
I'm not really familiar with the asset. It's a novel mechanism. That's what they said in the press release. So it's not like an inhaler like we've seen with albuterol, or it's not like Dupixent.
Dupixent.
Dupixent's approved in some patients. Regeneron Sanofi had a drug that was not successful.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot of
them. There's a lot of people with COPD.
Yeah.
There's a potential also for treatment for other respiratory illnesses. So there's an upside to that $1 billion peak sales estimate.
Asthma,
potentially.
Well,
yeah. More deals for Merck specifically, or as you see this, Verona deal, do you see sort of this, I don't want to say smaller, $10 billion is not small,
Right.
but I mean, it's definitely digestible.
I mean, that's like all the companies I cover that want to do deals say this like 10 to $15 billion range. That seems to be the sweet spot. They can do that with cash, get a little bit of debt. It's not going to stretch them, and it allows them to build a portfolio that's not so anchored on one asset. Remember, Bristol Celgene was a big, ugly deal. Not a lot of folks liked it. And even Pfizer Seagen was a lot for Pfizer to digest. So these deals are much more palatable, and I think investors will react positively.
In terms of pharma, more broadly, we've seen a little pickup in the stocks of late, along with a rotation in the market overall of money going into beaten down areas, unloved areas. And I'm wondering how long do you think that lasts? And is the pharma tariff an overhang to that sort of
a few things. I've been doing a lot of marketing, seen a lot of investors recently. Sentiment has gotten better since April, which was like the lows of the lows. So that's a good thing. In terms of tariffs, the commentary yesterday, 200% tariff, then Secretary Lutnick coming on, I think CNBC saying, well, you'll have time to build factories, indicates that this administration wants manufacturing here. So I think that's what they're pushing for. I don't think we're ever going to see 200% tariffs across the board. Maybe for someone that doesn't play along and build factories here, that could happen, but not tomorrow necessarily. There's also one thing, the Section 232 investigation, we'll get results from that, I think, this month, looking at the kind of national security implications of onshoring pharmaceutical supply chains.
Yeah, I mean, one critical aspect is that a lot of the active ingredients are actually manufactured abroad. Even if they are even if the final drug is manufactured here, the active ingredient is abroad. So there's a lot of questions, I guess, probably in terms of how this would be implemented, at what stage of the manufacturing process.
And the API also, like some small molecules, a lot of that's from China. A lot of the biologics, some of that's made here, some of that's made overseas in Europe. So it's a very complicated supply chain. There's not one solution, unfortunately.
I agree. I don't see a 200% tariff in, actually being applied at the end of the day. But I think it's posturing, right? And we all know that Trump likes to posture, right? Jared, really looking forward to buying tokenized stocks. Sounds like real opportunity. Amen to that, man. Amen to that. I am excited about this bear market, guys. The things that we're going to get into over on the Patreon, it's exciting stuff, man. It's exciting stuff. Ramona says TradFi, traditional equals traditional finance in case it's unfamiliar. Yes. Thank you so much for clarifying that, Ramona. Absolutely. Sometimes I forget, some newer people to investing don't understand certain terminology. So thank you so much. All right, so what do we got? Joe Lubin, Ethereum treasury strategy just makes sense, guys. Big things are coming for Ethereum.
If you take a look at the ratio, ETH to BTC ratio, it's been pretty much coming down for the past few years. Why is that? Why do you think there's that discrepancy?
So Bitcoin has had a very clear narrative, and it's got a value proposition that people can understand and get behind. It's had Michael Saylor doing a really good job growing the brand and buying lots of Bitcoin. And Bitcoin's value proposition is now. Ethereum's value proposition has been perceived to be in the future. We've been building scalable infrastructure, layers of enabling infrastructure for about a decade, anticipating that all the activity of the internet and the web will move to Web3. And Web3 is really the natural evolution of the web protocols, sort of a re-decentralization of the World Wide Web. So Ethereum is scalable enough, affordable enough, legal enough in the United States. It's very usable right now, but we haven't had the applications and we haven't had the consumer end users and the enterprise end users because former Chair Gensler made it really unattractive to use tokens or issue tokens or build applications in our ecosystem. So that is all behind us. We still have a lot of Ether out there and not enough activity to sop it up. And so that's a reason why we and others are doing the Ether treasury strategies. Not only is it a great business to run, but it's going to be critical to enable the supply-demand dynamics of Ether to right size as we build more and more applications.
I wonder what Gary's doing these days anyway. I wonder what Gare Bear's doing. Somebody give Gare Bear a hug. The early stages of Bitcoin adoption in U.S. banking. Tom Lee, managing partner of Fundstrat Global Advisors, highlights the early stage of Bitcoin adoption, predicting U.S. banks might soon accept Bitcoin as collateral. According to recent statements made public, Bitcoin's potential integration into mainstream financial systems suggests evolving roles in traditional banking, simplifying broader acceptance and potential value increases. This is why I always say to you guys, I never sell my Bitcoin. It's one of two assets, in my opinion, that is a basically forever appreciating asset. Bitcoin and land, right? You can always, as long as you continue to have and own your Bitcoin and not sell it, then guys, you always have an appreciating asset, right? You can take loans out against it and stuff like that, and it's going to continue to increase in value as you go as well, right? So I never sell mine. Tom Lee of Fundstrat noted that Bitcoin adoption levels mirror those of the internet in 1996, implying significant future growth. Lee's comments highlighted the small current investor exposure, emphasizing Bitcoin's potential integration into major financial institutions. Quote, 95% of investors have zero Bitcoin exposure, so you're still way ahead if you're buying Bitcoin today. If you look at Bitcoin's wallets, comparing it to the internet, we're back in 1996 levels. The internet went exponential from 1996. So it's still the early days. Lee's prediction involves U.S. banks potentially holding Bitcoin as loan collateral, marking a shift in traditional banking practices towards embracing cryptocurrency. This reflects a pivotal change in the financial infrastructure, indicating a move towards broader institutional acceptance and reliance on digital assets. Historically, Bitcoin has seen custody solutions from institutions like BNY Mellon. Lee's forecasts of banks using Bitcoin as collateral highlights a shift beyond mere custody, suggesting new opportunities for institutional engagement and financial product development. Potential outcomes include increased liquidity and value in Bitcoin and Ethereum, aligning with historical trends where digital assets gain mainstream acceptance. Now, banks have to get on board with this, guys, or else they're going the way of the VHS tape, right? So that's the thing. If banks don't get on board, people are just going to start to self-custody, and you have companies like Zebec that are partnering with Visa and MasterCard. So you're able to, literally right now, you could be your own bank. You can self-custody your own stablecoin and crypto on your Decent wallet, which, by the way, is a channel sponsor. Use our link down below to get a great deal. You could self-custody your stablecoin there on your Decent wallet, stake it to get interest while it's over there, and when you need to spend money, transfer it over to your own Zebec carbon card and spend it like a debit card anywhere that Visa, MasterCard, and debit card are accepted globally. So nowhere in any of that, and by the way, the Zebec carbon card is zero fee card on top of all of that. So inside all of that, you are self-custodying, you still have easy, readily access to your money, and you're not paying bank fees. Banks are not taking your money and loaning it to other people. You could literally be your own bank right now, guys. And banks have to either get on board and find new ways of doing things like custodying crypto and taking out Bitcoin and crypto-backed loans, or else they're going to die off at the end of the day. It might not seem like it right now, but that's 20 years from now, guys. You're going to look back and you can clip this and play it in 20 years. You'll be like, wow, did he nail it, right? So absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Now, I wanted to play this little clip of Elizabeth Warren. The hypocrisy in this woman. She's attacking Trump in this about all of his involvement and financial interest in crypto. why don't we launch an investigation into Elizabeth Warren's investments in the stock market over the last decade and see how she ended up going from having a $200,000 salary a year to being worth being worth being worth 10 figures. How does she pull, or not 10 figures, sorry, 8 figures. How does she pull that off, right? How about we launch an investigation into that, right? It's kind of the pot calling the kettle black here with Elizabeth Warren.
But nobody wants weak crypto rules more than the President of the United States. A majority of President Trump's wealth, as much as $7 billion worth, is now based in crypto, from issuing his own stable coin to issuing his own meme coin to owning a Bitcoin mining company and to controlling a huge portfolio of crypto investments.
You want to bet Elizabeth Warren owns crypto secretly? Bet you she does. All right, guys, now check this out. One of the FUDsters, you guys talked to me before about Martin Lucas. He was one of the people that was majorly FUDding Zebec over the last few days. So he tweeted this out. I wish to say sorry to Zebec investors if I may have caused any upset regarding Zebec. Yours sincerely. So he tweeted that out, and then he deleted his account on X. Now, that's what these FUDsters do, right? I respect him for apologizing for what he'd done, but you know what? Here's the thing, guys, and I talked about this morning. I have a fundamental belief doing what I do here on my platform, right? And that belief is very simple. I do not FUD projects. I don't care what it is. If I don't like a project, the worst thing you'll hear me say about it really is, I'm not interested in buying that project. I don't actively go out there and make FUD videos or talk negatively about projects. And there's a reason for that. I find it is disrespectful. I find it is irresponsible for anyone with a platform like mine, YouTube, X, whatever, to go around trying to bury and destroy a company with my platform that other people have invested their hard-earned money in, right? At the end of the day, you might not think that that's what it is, but that's exactly what it is, right? If I start making FUD videos on projects like Zebec, for example, right? And I'm trying to tear that company down by trying my best to convince people not to invest in it, trying to crash the price of it and stuff, because that's what you're doing, right? Especially when you're talking negatively about a project and nothing you said was true, right? Because I debunked everything that was being said the other day, right? So what you're doing, other people have invested their hard-earned money that they go to work and they invest in these projects that they believe in. And you're trying to destroy the project that they're investing in, trying to cost them money. That might not be your goal, but it is the effect. It's cause and effect, right? You're trying to harm other people's investments. And I find that to be very irresponsible. If you have a platform, you need to be aware of the repercussions of your choices. And when you're trying to bash and FUD a project, that's the effect of your cause, right? So you need to be more responsible. And that leads me to Martin Lucas here, who was FUDding a project that people had their hard-earned money in. Now, I respect the fact that he apologized, but the damage was done. A lot of people panic sold at a loss because of what he did, right? And that's not okay at the end of the day. So you have to be careful who you're following and who you're listening to, right? Jake the Snake, Warren just wants to pick the winners. Yeah. Super fantastic. Absolutely. Martin deleted his X account. He ruined his YouTube and investing career. What a fool that guy is. Yes, I agree, WF Capital. He made a big mistake, right? And again, I just went on a whole rant about it, right? It's irresponsible. It's disrespectful. And, he made a mistake. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, let's go back and have a look at the Bitcoin chart. What do we got going on here? So we're still on the breakout. Now, my target outside of the breakout on this bull pennant here, guys, is about 112,500 area, somewhere around there, right? Between 112 and 113,000 on the breakout, which is going to give us a slightly new all-time high I think that this could happen before this week ends, right? So that's kind of what I'm targeting right now. But we are on the breakout right now. If we can close our daily candle around here, we could see the breakout continue. We want to get above on the next daily candle right here, $110,300, to get in a higher high than this area. This is our immediate target, closing above this, right? Putting in a higher high and breaking the downtrend. So that's what we're going to be paying attention to here, guys, step by step. As always, let me know what you guys think. And guys, if you need mentorship in this space from someone who's been through multiple bull runs, get over to the Patreon, join our mentorship coaching calls. We also do passive income videos over there on a consistent basis. If you want to make enough money in passive income to be able to leave your 9 to 5, get over to the Patreon, guys. We've already have many members over on the Patreon who've already retired, and they don't even have 7-figure portfolios yet. So jump aboard. Watch our passive income videos. I just uploaded another one yesterday. I just dropped our daily altcoin picks over there as well, about a half hour before this live stream started. So get over there for that, guys. I have to get over there on the Patreon right now. I have a mentorship coaching call I have to get to. So get over there, book yourselves into some mentorship coaching calls today. Get the help that you need, whether it's portfolio structure, knowing when to take profits, knowing when not to take profits, how to set your exit price points for the bull run so that you can leave with your profits, how to identify liquidity in the markets. We're live every single day. We drop daily altcoin picks, micro cap gems, mentorship coaching calls, passive income opportunities. Quit your 9 to 5. Get over to the Patreon today, guys. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.